covering the Northern Bahamas. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A local institution gearing up to provide more training opportunities for the nation's youth. President of the Total Education Center, Fred Delancey, says he believes that in order to maximize the talent of young people, there must be a technical revolution where all young persons are given quality education and more opportunities. He says as a result, TEC will resume its technical certification program, and he is inviting all high school graduates and residents over the age of 18.
These courses include auto mechanics, carpentry, diesel mechanics, welding, pipe fitting, computer science, small engine repair, heavy equipment operation, electrical installation, hotel and catering, cosmetology and barbering, and office systems and administration. On Saturday this week, TEC will host a major event at the Hawksbill Community Development Center, allowing residents to register for training and or jobs. They will also be able to talk to instructors and various industry representatives and become more aware of jobs and careers which are available through technical education.
Vice President Alfred Forbes says that there are a number of other activities planned as well.
We'll have entertainment, games, entertainments. For instance, we'll have pool, a little pool tournament. We'll have a table tennis, tournament, dominoes. And of course, we have student clubs, student houses, and we are arranging a little basketball fest for them.
Now, once again, the event will take place on Saturday, October 14th, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. on the grounds of the Total Educational Center. In other news, Bishop Michael Eldon High School recognizing its outstanding students this week. A number of students did exceptionally well in the BJC and BGC examinations this year, and the school took time out to commend the students for their commitment to education. Each student was given a certificate acknowledging their achievements. Vice Principal Sophia Howden says that the school wants to encourage the students to continue to pursue excellence.
Last year, our incoming grade 7s all sat a minimum of 2 BJCs, and their performance was just so very encouraging on the health science BJC in particular, and also the religion. Of course, every year we have students taking the math BJC, and we're so pleased that all of them would have achieved grades of A's and B's on their math BJC in grade 7.
Now, Howden says achievements in the BGCSE was just as outstanding. She says the school plans to continue this tradition of excellence.
We would have had 14 students. They all passed, 10 of them with A's and B's. So we want to congratulate them. And in particular, one young man, he sat 2 BGCSEs in grade 9, scoring an A on both of those BGCSEs. And that young man is William Moss, the son of one of our math teachers, Mrs. Wendy Moss. In 2017 and 2018, we just expect more of what we received in 2016 and 17, because I am sure that our incoming grade 7s and our outgoing grade 12s are all inspired by what they're seeing here today at the award ceremony.
Yesterday, October 11th, was marked as the International Day of the Girl by the United Nations. The day aims to highlight and address the needs and challenges girls face while promoting and empowering young girls through the fulfillment of their human rights. With that in mind, the Pi Upsilon Omega chapter of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was pleased to create a number of events to create awareness on this day.
About today. Today is the United Nations focus on the International Day of the Girl. And what other species to celebrate, which is our females, our young girls. We know that our young girls, especially in our society, they go through a lot, and there's a lot that's expected on them to be great. And we also know on an international basis that a lot of the young girls in many societies and many countries don't have it so well, that their basic needs are not being met, that they are definitely going through some very troubled times. And we thought that this was definitely a fantastic opportunity for us to focus on the girls on Grand Bahama Island.
AKA member Lynn Frano says that the sorority launched an essay and art competition and nearly 100 students entered.
We did this to encourage girls to share their voice, to show their creativity, and just to empower girls on the island. The competition was open to primary, secondary, high school, and college students, and we had nearly 100 participants. And the art competition, the theme was Girls Rising, to celebrate the girls all over the world are rising and making accomplishments, especially here in the Bahamas. And the essay theme was all based, different themes, but all based on a girl's right to an education.
Now, all of the artwork will be on display at the Sir Charles Hayward Library up until Saturday. 7 of the top participants will receive bracelets, and all participants will receive a gift from the sorority, as well as Freeport restaurants. Switching gears now, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Grand Bahama Cancer Association is doing its part to promote early detection. During the annual Breast Cancer Forum, radiologist Tanya Bethel used the opportunity to educate those in attendance about mammograms and breast cancer.
Mammography happens to be one of the single best studies to actually identify lesions at a very, very early stage. So therefore, the aim is ultimately to decrease mortality and improve survival rates. Most of the patients here were females, so many of them may have already been introduced to mammograms in terms of their yearly screening. But today they learned a lot more information about the procedure itself and some of the findings. And I think it helped them to appreciate and understand the importance of screening.
Well, the present protocol calls for women to begin screening for breast cancer at the age of 40. Bethel says the information forum was beneficial to all in attendance.
Even though I don't have any specific statistics of my own, I do think that there are more cases that are actually being picked up. I will say one of the positive things is that patients are really taking advantage of the opportunity available with respect to screening. I think the patients were very, very well informed tonight. They learned a lot of information. They had a lot of questions. So a forum like this, I think, was extremely important. It helps to ensure that patients actually adhere to our present screening protocol, and ultimately, the hope is that given our increasing incidence, that this is going to increase the detection rate and ultimately improve our survival rates.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome. Kanisha Bethel from Freeport asked, what is a good age to have your first mammogram? Thanks for your question, Kanisha. The American Cancer Society recommendations for early breast cancer detection support screening for women beginning at age 40, and they should have a mammogram every year and should continue to do so for as long as they are in good health. Also, starting at age 40, women should have a clinical breast exam by a doctor every year. For most women at high risk, for example, if you have a strong family history of breast cancer or the BRCA gene in a first-degree relative like a mother or sister, mammograms should begin earlier at around age 30 years. Women in their 20s and 30s should have a clinical breast exam by a doctor as part of a regular health exam, preferably every 3 years. Discuss mammograms with your doctor at your next visit, or ask a nurse or doctor at your community clinic. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
That's Ricardo Liborn as a check on sports when we return.